What's up, what's up, what's up? Great, got some sound effects. What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night, and I'm really excited because we've got Ableton Live 11. The brand new version just came out, and I just wanted to check out the new features. So I guess first things first, why Ableton? I like it. I don't know. I just, over the years, I got good at the production flow, and it just seems to work with me. For anyone starting out, I just recommend sticking with whatever you're comfortable with, like whatever you learned on or whatever, because they all basically have their pros and cons. But anyway, without further ado, let's check out Live 11. So actually, I wanted to take a look at the website first, and we can just see all the new features. So the main thing in this version that's new is the comping, which was never a thing in Ableton before. You always had to do like vocals in a different DAW. And so I would always think of Ableton as like, that's where you make the beats, and then you would go in a different DAW for vocals and then combine everything. And I usually end up mixing in Pro Tools. But they're trying to keep it all in the one software, which is pretty cool too. So comping is available now, so recording vocals is much easier. And that's great for like songwriting sessions, because if I'm in the room with someone who is only there for a few hours and then they're shooting back to Europe or LA or whatever, then I'm never going to see them again. It's easier to not waste time loading up another DAW just to cut vocals. It's better to just cut vocals right in Ableton where you're making the beat. So with comping now, that's going to be amazing. You could comp before, but it was like the old school, have a bunch of tracks and mute them, and it just kind of takes forever. So anyway, so add more feeling to your music. I'm not sure. Oh, this is the MPE, which is like some advanced MIDI controller stuff. I'm not super familiar with this. I don't know if the push enables it, but that's the only one that I have that would work with this. So anyway, hybrid reverb. I'm psyched about this. We're going to check this out. Spectral resonator. That's some sound designy type stuff. Spectral time, pitch loop. We're going to check all of these out. Inspired by nature. So these are like the audio effects. Do more on the stage. So that's another reason why a lot of people use Ableton, is because of the macros. Oh, sorry. Just realized I have the logo on the screen. Wonder what that is. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I gotta have my sound effects, so I'm not watching directly anymore. Anyway, so this tempo following, like people would use Ableton Live for live performance, and it's really cool for that. For DJing, you can sync up tracks. I've actually DJed shows with Ableton before. It was what I originally started DJing with because that was all I had. I don't think it's the best for DJing personally, unless you're getting super artistic. But for like regular DJing at like clubs and stuff, it's easier to just do it the traditional way with the traditional software. But people are using it a lot for live performance of bands and integration with live instruments, because you can also do all kinds of MIDI triggers and stuff, and it's just super easy to set up in Ableton. Macro snapshots. So the macros are one of the other reasons I love Ableton. They're part of the racks, which is like how the sound design is put together, the sound design architecture. So they've expanded the macros a little bit. We probably won't go into that too much today, but maybe in another video, because those are pretty deep. This, what's it called? Oh, the probability. This looks very cool too. It's whether or not a note plays or does certain things. Follow actions. That's another Ableton specific function. So this is what I was really excited about, the new sounds. The upright piano, brass quartet, and the string quartet. These are all by Spitfire, which is a super high-end sampling company. Voice box, mood reel, drone lab. These are probably like sound designy, like film scorey type of sounds, is my guess. But I've tried the piano out and it's really good. So anyway, let's load some of these up. So the upright piano. So side note, I've been on the Ableton beta for a while, but I didn't actually download these packs when I had the beta. I was just mainly using the beta to make sure that my existing Live 10 sessions were going to be compatible. And they were, but that's always been one of the things about Ableton is the backward compatibility is not great at all. Like you can't do it basically. So you have to be on the same version or higher. So for me personally, that kind of created an issue because I have two different computers with two different operating systems. So I'm basically now limited to only using Live 11 on this computer, but that's okay because it's pretty awesome. So let's load up the upright piano. And everything else works the same. The functionality is very similar to 10. It's a really nice, natural sounding piano. I'm just playing it on the push. Cool. So let's hear some of these other ones. The voice box. Let's try some vocal percussion beatbox stuff. See what this sounds like. So that's a drum rack. Just going to program a quick little sequence on the push here. See that pop up in the Midi view. Quantize it real quick. So that's cool, like beatbox kind of sound. So let's lay some chords on top of that with the upright piano. And of course, I'm breaking all the rules. I haven't even saved yet. So let's call this CTS Live 11. All right, so let's find some chords. I'm just using all the defaults on my push for like key and tempo and stuff. I think I'm on F major. Something like that. So the way it works, this velocity is a lot different too. I haven't quite figured this out yet. I was just so tuned into 10. So this is definitely a little different. Some of the functionality has changed, but I'm sure I'll figure it out pretty quickly. We'll go over it in subsequent videos. Okay, so let's go back to the list of new sounds. Oh yeah, the strings and the brass. So let's add some strings and brass to this. String quartet. Let's try this long. Actually, Yeah, long normale. Yeah, Spitfire is amazing. I think they record some of their stuff at Abbey Road, or they have a different pack that's from Abbey Road, but it's really nice stuff. All right, so let's lay these string chords on top of the piano. Let me just play along and hear how it sounds. All right, quantize that, Command U. So I just want to put a few of these sounds together with all the new stuff, and then we'll try some of the effects out. So let's throw some brass, maybe some brass hits on there. Brass quartet. Oh, the volume is too low. No problemo. We can always turn it up. Let me know how that is for volume. Okay, so brass quartet. And let's do short staccato. Yeah, let's try that. All right, we got to change the volume a little on that. Does it even go one octave lower? Nope. Try to bring out more of that low note. Then we'll just turn everything else down so that brass really hits. Just have that one hit. So let's try this hybrid reverb on here. Let me mix the track a little better. This is new too, the folder organization of the different audio effects. So the hybrid reverb. That's a pretty long space. Maybe just a little room. Modest corner. Let's try that. It's kind of noisy. Large hostile bedroom. So this is hybrid because it's convolution, which means that it's an actual sample of a space. We actually go over this in our Funky Drummer tutorial when we sampled the bathroom. But this is essentially the plug-in version of that technique. So let's try this car garage. They're just so noisy at the end. I'm not loving that. Medium dark plate. Maybe that's the original sample. No, it's definitely the reverb. I don't really love that sound. I'm actually just going to get rid of it because that noise is going to drive me crazy. Let's try just the regular Reverb Corridor. Yeah, it's good. It's more what I was looking for. Let's turn the mix down. See if I can do this on the push. If you have a controller like a push or a machine, one great way to practice is to always try and do whatever you can without touching the keyboard or mouse. Do everything on the device. So let's hear the beat. All right, let's hear the other types of sounds we have to add to check out all of these. Voice box, this could be cool. Vocal samples. Maybe a mood reel, we can do like a pad. Or this drone lab. Maybe we'll do a pad and then a vocal sample. All right, let's try that. So let's go to packs and then the mood reel. What kind of pad do we want? Ominous pad. These are a little like complex. I guess maybe this one would work. I don't know. Let's try the ethereal pads. Kind of like this one. Turn that release way down. Not sure why it has that echo. I would love to turn that off, the echo. Oh, right here. So how do I bypass it? Try deleting it. Yeah, it's just the reverb. So this is more of like a standard pad sound. Turning down the filter cutoff. Putting some drive on it. Oh, filter attack. Let's turn that down. Let's hear this. Something like that. That second one is good. It's going to be way lower in the mix anyway. Let's see what the audio effects are if there's like a new compressor or something. Oh, those spectral ones. Those could be cool. The pitch loop is probably going to be weird on pads. Spectral time. Let's try it. See what happens. So that's going to be spectral resonator. That's kind of cool. So I'm sidechaining it to the piano, which is similar MIDI, but a little bit different. And then I made it only 50% wet. And now I'm actually going to throw LFO on there and modulate the mix level. So to do that in Ableton, you just pull up the LFO and max. And you can modulate anything. It doesn't even have to be an Ableton plugin. It can be a audio unit or whatever. And then just click map and click what you want to modulate. Then we can slow this down some, change the depth so it's only going a little bit. It's centered right at 50% is where we started it. So let's hear how this sounds. Kind of interesting. I don't know. Here's without the whole thing. All right, so that's some super sound designy shit stuff. Let's get the other pad in there, which was going to be the drone lab. Packs. Drone lab. So I don't think there's any new actual plugin instruments, but they did have some updates to, I think it was tension, electric, and then corpus, which is an audio effect, but it's triggered by Midi. Wavetable is new in Live 10, or maybe 10.5 or something like that. So let's load the drone lab. Let's try guitar, see what happens. Let's hear what that sounds like with some Midi on it. A lot of these sounds are just like complex and like, you know, they're meant to be textures in movies and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've already kind of filled that space up with the last sound. Check out the pads. I did hear some, I did see some plucks that I wanted to preview. Here, placid plucks. Yeah, so there's some cool stuff in there. Yeah, I mean, these are cool sounds, but I feel like we've already built the track up quite a bit. I don't know if there's any more room for stuff like this. So let's try the vocals voice box for some actual vocal chops. Something like this. There's the bridge. All right, cool. So let's try a few more of these audio effects. Where's the list? Spectral resonator, spectral time. Let's try this pitch loop 89. It's a cool chorus. And of course, we can always do the classic trick in Ableton, which is to do the sidechain pumping. It's super easy. Let's do dynamics, this glue compressor, and just sidechain that to the drums. So this is like a SSL bus compressor. And then we can filter the sidechain. So it's only triggering on the kick now. Do fast attack, fast release. Maybe slow release. Let's try this on a few more tracks. What is this one? The pad. Back off the pumping mix so it's a little more subtle. And let's try some of this saturation. Let's try it on, what was I hearing it on? So yeah, the built-in effects on Ableton are just amazing. I mean, this is Live 11 Suite, so it's like the top of the line model, but even the standard version has a lot of dope effects. The Suite version just gives you a few more effects, and you do get Max for Live, which has a lot of cool stuff in here. But I think you get most of the audio effects. But definitely recommend the Suite. All right, so let's try the comping feature just to see how this works out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load another sound, and then just record it in as audio and do a couple different takes and then comp it together. So let's just try one of these ones that was updated. I want to find a nice like synth lead sound. Maybe tension. Yeah, it is. Let's try that. All right, so I'm just going to record a random loop. But actually, I'm going to record it as audio. So I'll make a new track that's feeding from that track. Computer music. And then we'll just put this one on input. And then we'll record enable this one. Still gotta have the Midi track feeding that. Wonder why it's not grabbing my Midi. Well, whatever. We'll just record a little bit of Midi in. All right, so I actually captured that. That's another cool feature about Ableton. For whatever reason, because I fiddled with the Midi, it wasn't actually recording, but it was recording. I just didn't capture it. So then you hit Shift-Command-C and you can kind of save yourself if that happens. But basically, I want to record these in as different takes. So I'm just going to record enable and record these first two bars here. Oh, we got to do it from the beginning. Let's do the no count off. All right, it's actually going to be a 4-bar phrase. And then let's grab the second 4 bars. I've actually never done this, so there might be something that need to be enabled. Well, time to look for YouTube education on that. This is literally the first time I've actually tried this, so. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's just recording over. So there's probably like a function that needs to be enabled. So I guess next video we'll go over the comping. But I think that's pretty much it for the new version of Ableton. I just wanted to kind of quickly run through the highlights of the new effects and sounds and workflows. So that basically covers what's listed on the page. And so yeah, so that's it. Let me see if there's any questions. No, not really. All right, so thanks a lot for watching, and we will see you next time.